name is Jacob Sheffa. I'm the program director of the Odyssey Writes of Passage program. Students who come into Odyssey are often carrying what you might use a metaphor and say a backpack of failure, made up of all their failures in communication, behavior, and writing. And through the taking Odyssey, their backpack gets lighter. They realize that not only are there failures in there, there's a lot of unseen gifts in there. There's talents in there that they hadn't discovered yet. And suddenly you can actually see it in how they carry themselves. There's a sense of self-confidence and dignity even.
I believe in the courage to forgive. People say I've learned a lot for being so young, but the hardest thing I learned was to find the courage to forgive. It's one thing to say you forgive, but it's an entirely different thing to mean it. Many people have different definitions of the word. My definition of the word is that anytime you forgive someone, the whole situation can be gone in an instant. It took me a while to get to that point, to forgive. I believe being able to forgive is a sign of strength and bravery, because many people can't forgive. I was one of them.
I think what students like about Odyssey and what I've heard the students tell me is it gives them a chance to really express themselves. Students, not just our students, but a lot of high school students have a difficult time with self-expression. And it's been beyond the writing skills, just the fact that they really don't know how to sit down and even in a conversation, express to you what they really feel or events that have happened to them. And I think Odyssey, and particularly the emphasis on the process of writing this incident or this event or this feeling down, and Jacob walks them through. They start off, it's a little rough, and then it gets better, and then it gets better, and then it gets better. So I think what the kids have gained from it, and what I hear from the kids, is the fact that they now feel comfortable in expressing themselves in conversational terms, but also in the written word. And that's a huge growth for these kids.
I'm very different compared to the way I was when I first started this program.
In what ways?
In many ways, I went from being a bald person to having hair, and the way I speak is more proper than what it used to be. I was actually once a gang member, and now because of the program and because of the help that it's provided me, I've decided and made the right decisions to stay out of that lifestyle and to make a difference for myself and for my family also.
I do not have knowledge or experience with other programs and other high schools that do what the Odyssey writing program does. And I don't think that they are common. I think that this is a rare program that is able to pull out of a human being their story.
Odyssey for me has kind of changed my life. It's helped me open my eyes to see more chances and more choices than I don't think I would have had.
I learned that there's other people who are treated like I was, even worse. I feel sorry for them, but it was a great learning experience.
Values was a really important thing to me through Odyssey. Having good values and values just in general is having good self-standards, not making yourself feel low. And to me, I just think values is a good thing to have.
When I go onto a campus and I look at the sometimes thousands of students there, I have an unshakable belief that every one of those students could benefit from a program like Odyssey. I mean, what student wouldn't benefit from developing greater self-knowledge, empathy, and compassion for others, understanding that their educational journey and their life journey is part of a pattern that has been portrayed through literature and great mythology for thousands of years.
The title of my essay was Through My Eyes. Haunting memories from my past lurk in my subconscious. I was so young when my home turned to hell. It may seem strange that I can still remember such things, but some never forget. Parents fought, lives changed, and my nightmares started. My life soon took shape, and hatred shrouded my family. My grandmother would come and get my brother and I, but she could never save us from the nightmares. My parents weren't perfect, but they were the only ones I would ever get. I thought everyone's parents were like that, but I was mistaken. My parents soon enough went to jail for disturbing the peace and resisting arrest. That's when I was taken by Health and Human Services, only days before my 3rd birthday.
My name is Max, and I'm Amy's grandfather. And I've had Amy with me since she was 3 years old. And the one thing that has impressed me in the whole schooling was her reaching out to this particular program, because it brought out things in her that was there, but maybe she didn't know they were there. And I saw a pride in herself, which is very important. You have to excuse me a minute. I get messed up when I start talking. Hear me?
Every day is hard, and it doesn't get easier. All we can do is look at our lives and sacrifice small things for things that will make us better. No matter how you look at it, everything has to be sacrificed at one time or another, except for our power and freedom to choose what to sacrifice. Choose wisely.
The change in Amy was just almost dramatic, not only in this program, but in her other studies, because she discovered pride in herself, and that was terribly important, and her grades just went up, up, and up since she won the prize the first time. And I couldn't say enough about the program and enough of what it's done for my child.